Yes, good morning. Welcome once again to my channel. It's good having you here. We'll continue with the series. This is the third series. I would like you guys to go back and check out for the previous series so that you have a better understanding of how this Laravel project works. So this project is for those that are new and those that already have in hand with Laravel. So as we continue, remember the last project we stopped at this default page you would get when you install a Laravel Fresh project. So we would like to talk more in this page on the Laravel's architecture. In this series, we'll be talking about the model, the view, and the controller. The model represents the data structure, the view represents the information sent to the user, the controller is the intermediary between the model and the view. So as we all know that we got this default page from Laravel when we installed this fresh package. So instead of this, we would like to get our own view instead of what Laravel is giving to us. So I would use a simple introduction to explain how this model view controller works in this series. Then the next series will be integrating our own design into Laravel projects. So guys, I would like you to share and like this video so that it can reach so many people and they will understand also. So now this default page, the way Laravel render this page is there is a route that has a web.php file in it. Once the user clicks on that, once the user launch that program, just like when you type your www.google.com, it takes you to a default page. This guy does the same thing. It returns this welcome blade.php file, and this file is located in our resources, views, welcome.blade.php. This is the guy that is being rendered on this Laravel page here. So if we want to update that settings, we will have to override Laravel's default settings. For example, instead of showing this, okay, first let's start with creating our own controller, our own view, our own model, and our own view file also. So we can start by saying PHP artisan make controller. I can say make YouTube controller for me. So it will do that. PHP artisan make model. I can say the model name should be YouTube. You can use any name you want to use. So it's left for you. So when I hold down my control, click on this link, it takes me to the controller. I hold down my control, click on this link, it takes me to the model. So with this, I can then connect my model to my view. Remember we talked about model. I can connect my controller to my view. We talked about model, view, and controller. So if I say route get, I want to go to my home page. But when I go to my home page, I want you to check my controller, which is YouTube controller. In my YouTube controller, there is a class, a function. I named that function index. I want you to run that function and return whatsoever page the user is supposed to see. So if I then go back to this my YouTube controller, I would have to create that function I defined in my web.php file. I will say public function index. I called it index. Then I can say requests. So now this is the place where I would tell my controller the particular view I want it to show the user. So if I tell the controller return 1 and I refresh this my page here, controller returns 1. So instead of returning 1, I can also return a view, like a web page. So if I want to return a view, now it means my controller is being connected to the view. I would go to my views. Views is under resource. Then in my resource, I just click on this view. Create a new file, call it index.lead. In Laravel, when you are creating a file, like your HTML file, but in Laravel it is not HTML. In Laravel it is blade.php, index.blade.php. So I will just create a HTML5 document and I will return a header and call it Laravel project. If I save this guy, then in my controller, I would say instead of return 1, return view. So in view, what should it return? Return index. If I bring my mouse closer, you see resource views index.blade.php file. So when I refresh this page, this is Laravel project. So now I've been able to connect my controller to my view. So in the next series, we will see how we are going to integrate our model in our view. For example, we can do something like, by default we already have a user here. By default it comes with this user.php and controller.php. So we can then create as many controllers as we like, as many views as we like. So in the next video or the upper video, when we are done with the views, the design we want, we will then integrate the model so that we can fetch information from the database, store information from the database also. So I hope we understand this thing. Please don't forget to share, to like this video, subscribe to this channel so you will get more updates from me. I'll also be releasing other videos on Python development, on cloud computation, database management system, mobile application, API integration, even so many other tutorials will come in. So you just subscribe, share, like. If you have any query, you can do a screenshot of the error, send to me, then I'll make sure to attend to it. Thank you once again. Basil from this side.